Hello and welcome back, people of love. This is still the African Bridal Experience, and I have with me the Asuohas for Beyond the Veil. And they're sitting in the ABE lounge that was built by Vento. Thank you, Vento. And today we're going to be prying and just talking about some very important things as they mark their 10th anniversary of marriage together. I will have some difficult conversations. They are right here with me to have it with me and to share with you. First, how not doing? Let's break it down with that one. How you guys doing?
Gallant.
Ghana.
Good,
I think more or
good.
less.
They perhaps. How you doing, Chief?
So therefore,
Good.
I did
That's
so
what you
therefore.
You know, allow us be serious. Allow us. I know.
Okay.
Let us be serious. Two of us now. Two of us. He's fine. Let's not.
Yeah. Extract it.
Now, in retrospect, that being said, so for you now, Chief, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm going to now ask a very serious question before we start now, right? For the two of you, now, it's not a question I just wanted to answer like, how are you fine? But are you happy? Today, right now, in this moment, on this couch, are you happy? Truly happy? It's the way everything is. I mean, it is 10 years together, and you guys have three beautiful kids. I mean, they are my favorite people today because I've got to hang out with them up close and personally, and I've loved in the interaction. You guys have done wonderful jobs as parents. But for you, with your busy life and with everything that you have to be there to support and, of course, carry on your own thing, are you happy?
We're not just only happy, we are joyful.
Okay, that's good. I like
I'm
that
grateful,
answer. You're grateful.
considering where we're coming from. So, thank you.
Now, for you, did you have a vision when you guys first did this, right? Because now you guys are having a full-on, but you guys are having a second wedding, a third wedding. If we count the other one in the other location. If we're being honest, you guys are having, you guys are having a third wedding right here in the city of Abuja, right? For your friends, just your close friends and family. Now, for you, did you have a vision for what your 10th anniversary was going to be like when you guys got married? And I'm asking this because in my head, I want to know from you. I'm going to ask him, did you have a vision for what the anniversary was? And both of you can answer that. But for you, was it a dream wedding? And if it wasn't a dream wedding, were you okay? Were you happy? Were you satisfied with the way your first wedding was? And I'll start with you.
I wasn't satisfied because growing up as a teenager, I always emphasized, I don't know if that word is correct, emphasized,
Don't worry, we do
emphasized how my wedding
would be.
would be Cinderella dress, engagement and all of that.
Yeah.
So, but
But you didn't get that.
you propose, God dispose. Have you? How do they speak the English?
Okay. As far as O's Day.
O's Day. So you propose, God dispose. So that was it. But that wasn't really my first wedding wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah. And so you get a redo.
The only thing I got that I wanted is the man.
But the man of your dreams.
He's the man of my dreams.
And now you get the wedding of your dreams with the man of your dreams.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's that. Now remember me, that's that. I don't drop. Now,
Daddy, go deeper.
no. We'll go. That realm, we're not doing surface today. Now, but for you now, did you have a plan when you say, okay, fine, I know that this is not the wedding she would want, and you as a man, you would obviously know, right? This is not that big wedding. That it may not necessarily be loud. I have a lot of people, but in your head, this is not that wedding that she wants. Did you ever plan that maybe on this 10th anniversary, or at any other time, was there a plan already from that time that you were going to do this? Have a separate ceremony where you give her the wedding of her dreams?
Yes, we often discuss that maybe when we are 10, we're going to throw an elaborate party,
Yeah.
To cover up with what we had before. Yeah. During the time we had the wedding, I'm someone that I'm always contented with what I have part time, and I also can manage any resources at my hand to get something done at a particular time. Yeah. So I was grateful to God then that I could marry her.
I was grateful as well.
Yeah, that I could do traditional wedding,
Yeah.
white wedding,
Yeah.
pay her dowry, plenty cartons of
Which-
things
which
we
was
bought,
very- which was heavy, I believe,
it was heavy, yeah. So I was happy that I could do those things that time, with my little salary, you know.
Yeah, the salary,
So
and it's
yeah,
easy to marry with
yeah,
salary.
because when I look at the wedding, everything, I look at the man, you will see that there's God's hand in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most
so
definitely. And yes,
yeah,
you're somebody that has strong faith in
yeah,
God.
there's
And
God's hand
so
in it.
that's where my next question will segue into, right? You got married in 2013, right? As you mentioned, and just halfway through the time that you guys said that you're going to have this wedding party, this dream wedding, halfway through tragedy struck. And 5 years later in 2018, the incident that we're hoping to dive into. And I know, yes, it's very sharp, but as you said, go deeper. We're going deeper. But, 5 years after the wedding that, you had with your dream man, but not exactly the dream ceremony, and 5 years to your dream ceremony, the in-between moment, you had a crisis of faith, right? And I want to put it that way. You had a crisis of faith, and you went through a lot of things, right? And it led to you taking a decision that, again, it's human nature for you to want to find a way to rid yourself of whatever it is that you feel you're suffering from, right? That's human nature. And you try to just rid yourself of all of your suffering and all of your anger, because again, anger also contributed to it. And now to go straight into it, you attempted suicide, as you've shared multiple times. And it's even a testimony because, again, it was the platform that birthed the Real Warri Pikin.
Yes.
Do you understand? And so we went with you a couple of days for you on the ABE, if you've been watching. We went with her a couple of days ago to mark the anniversary, which is June 6th, the anniversary of that survival story. And we're going to put it that way. And now with you in the chair, I want to ask, what was it like for you on that day to have to relive that whole scene? Because again, we did not just talk about it, we took you through every single step, from the first hospital to the second and to the third. And you met people that, played an important role in saving your life. What was that like for you? Again, not telling it, but reliving it. What was that like for you?
Well, funny how 5 years after how I used to see that situation has actually changed, because let's say 2 years after that happened, I had serious anger issues. Like I was so upset with a lot of people, especially my family, my friends, because I didn't understand life better.
Did you take that on him as well?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not
But he saw
really.
some of it.
Because we were together in it.
In it, okay.
Right? Even though I expected him to do some things, but you know how my husband is. If God cannot do it, may it not be done. And that's one thing I also learned from him, to say, hold on to God, whatever it is,
But that
I didn't have
upset
that
you
patience.
then.
Yes, because I felt like, yes, prayer without work is dead. You are praying to God, do something. He'll tell you, I can't go and ask anybody for money. As a matter of fact, if I ask them, they don't even have to give me. When God will answer our prayer, I will answer. But me, I was very impatient. I felt like, Kechiku, let's do
And
something.
rightly so. Because
Yes, that is.
people were pressuring
I
you.
understand. Yeah, you know. So now I see it like life must happen to you. Now you take shop with Didi. It can come at you in a very, very bad way. It can come at you very hard. All you need to do is just to hold on to God. Do the one with your power reach. Now that thing will happen to me.
Yeah.
That made me start to talk that word. Do the one with your power reach. Whatever you cannot control, leave it for God. If you try to control it, it will kill you. So 2 years after that, I was very entitled. I was very upset with people. I don't even to talk. I blocked some people. I stopped talking to them. But now I just understand life that anybody wey fit do for you go do for you. Do for me, I do for you. The same energy wey you give me, and I go give you. So I'm really not upset the way I used to be or angry with people. And I understand life better. And I'm also grateful that I am where I am today after that.
So as your own end now, what I'm thinking about now, again, as a man, that kind of thing would hurt your pride. Do you understand? I can already, again, I'm not married. Yes, I don't have that. But I can imagine that hurts your pride, not being able to fully help the person that you love or bring them to the level of peace that you are, because you had peace. You had faith and you found peace in your faith, yes? But she could not find that. Was that something that bothered you, even if the debt itself was not bothering you? Was it bothering you that you could not share your peace with her? When they say two of you are one, yes, because she was restless. She had no peace. She was angry, right? did it make you feel like you were not enough because you could not give her that peace, at least even if for that single reason?
Well, it bothered me, but it didn't make me feel not enough. Yeah, because I was trying my best. My salary was on the line.
Yeah.
I also borrowed money to cushion the stuff. You know, as the pressure is coming, I'm looking for alternative to, some microfinance bank. I got money from them to give the ones pushing her much. Yeah. So I know I was not idle. I was working,
Yeah.
doing some other things.
But you were not
just
doing what she was expecting. You were not entering
yeah.
streets.
So
Because she's that kind of person.
Yeah, going to say this big man, give me money. I say I can't because one, I don't expect much from people. It keeps me going. Yeah, I can come and ask you for something, you will say no, and in my mind, I will feel that you should do it for me. It will make me to hate you.
Yeah, unless.
So that makes me. I don't ask for anything. I don't. Yeah, I prefer if it's my friend, bros, you get 10K there.
You'll be able to.
I'm okay. When you others, some of the big guys, once you start asking them, I'm a banker. Yeah. Now, if you meet your customer, I know they have money. Yeah. They will say, is it because you see money in my account?
Yes.
That will be the mentality.
That trust will not be there.
The trust will not be there. So I decided not to. I manage my resources. Anything I have part time, make use of it.
So you've made a very important point there. It's not like she felt like you were not doing what she was doing, and so sometimes you feel like it was not enough because they enter street, they craze, they tell everybody CEO pressure. You understand? When we say now,
matter of fact, when she busted later, they were like, "You didn't tell us. You will come to the office, laugh with us. It got that bad, and you never mentioned it." People were saying that,
and he would never get moved.
You will not.
And so that is a faith. That is something that he had. He had that faith. He had that strong faith. But I want to touch on something else now because your kids are here. I'm going to bring them now in a couple of moments. Now, when we were with you, you described that when you had taken it and in the moment where Stella had called your neighbor and Chidera was still running around and they were crying, of course. And for Chidera, she was saying, and she was asked, you said, she was asked and she said, Mommy has taken Sniper. And she was how old then? Can you remember? 5 years ago, she was 4 years old. And so,
3 years.
3 years. And so she was 3 years, 5 years ago, and she was conscious enough to know that her mom has done something that just does not make sense to her, but she's scared. Again, we pray, we thank God that it never happened, and we know that it will never happen. But did it cross your mind ever that would have had to be the last memory your daughter would have had of you, where she was frantic and you just not having to tell your own side of the story without growing up? Keep in mind, you came through and you said your father called you a coward. Now, if for any reason you were successful, and we thank God you weren't, for any reason you were successful, other people would have told that story to her, including your own father who branded you a coward. And so imagine your daughter growing up now, not hearing your story from you. How hurtful would that have been for her? You think she would have been able to forgive you? And you put yourself in her shoes.